Let us continue with the terminology. In last class, we discussed gene, allele, locus, non-allele. So now the next one is about the genome. So what is the main difference between this gene and the genome? So usually, if you just observe, we have an organism. Let us take this one. So we know that all organisms, all the human beings are multicellular. So this is a multicellular organism, means will be containing many number of cells. And as you are a eukaryotic organism, uh, each cell is containing the nuclear membrane. So that nuclear membrane is actually covering the genetic material. It is protecting the genetic material. So this person, whatever the genes present in his body, we are not considering all the genes. So we are just considering one DNA. Suppose let us take this is a one cell, and we are like multicellular, we are considering one cell. One cell will contain nucleus. So that nucleus will contain 23 pairs of chromosomes, or 46 number of chromosomes are present. Now, what is meant by genome is whatever the DNA molecule which is present, that DNA that is containing one complete copy of all the genetic information of an organism. Okay, genome means one complete copy of all the information. So whatever the genetic information is there in the person body, that will be present in the DNA. So the DNA contains one complete copy of all the genetic information of an organism is said to be a genome, right? So here this is a person. We are considering the one cell. That one cell will contain the DNA, which contain all the genetic information, maybe from the parents, ancestors. And if you are just taking it out and you are observing, so this is enough to give the genetic information of the person. You cannot take all the cells from the body of a person and to check what type of information which it is storing. So one single cell gives the complete genetic information of an organism. We call it as a gene. And here if you want, we call it as genome. Here if you want to go bit depth into this, each cell will contain the 23 pairs of chromosomes. Out of 23 pairs, these chromosomes are divided into two types. One is the autosomes, other one is the allosomes. Autosomes are also called as the vegetative chromosomes, which actually responsible for the body characters, or you can consider them as the somatic chromosomes, whereas the allosomes are considered as the sex chromosomes, which define the gender of an organism. Out of 22 pairs, 20 out of 23 pairs, 22 pairs are said to be a autosomes, means 44 number of chromosomes. Remaining one pair is a allosome, that is of the two in number. So these allosomes are again different in the case of male and female. So we know that all the male and the female look same except the gender case. We are going to differentiate male and the female according to their gender. So whatever the body parts are there, heart, liver, kidney, external appearance, everything is same just because of these 22 pair of chromosomes are common in male and female. Coming to the one more pair, it is different. That's why the gender is different. The one pair is the male chromosome will contain the one pair as X and Y chromosome, whereas a female will contain the X and X chromosome. So if you take the female or if you take the male, what type of chromosomes are present? Each person will contain 23 pairs, means 22 pairs of autosomes and one pair of allosome. If it is a male, what is the allosome here? X and Y chromosome are present in each cell. So if you consider in each cell, total 23 pairs are only present. Coming to the female, along with the 22 pairs of autosomes or somatic chromosomes, one pair of allosomes are present. That one pair is X and X. Means each female cell is also containing the 23 pairs. And this will be present in all the cells except gametes. So in the gametes, these cells doesn't contain the 23 pairs of chromosomes. They just contain 23 chromosomes. So this makes a difference here, and we'll discuss briefly about it. So what is meant by genome? The complete copy of all the genetic information of an organism is said to be a genome. And we have another term, that is gene pool. So you can say that it is looking like a swimming pool. What is meant by pool? Everything is gathered at the one place. We call it as a pool. Exactly. So gene pool means all the genes are gathered at the one place. We call it as a gene pool. Let us see what is meant by this. We are going to consider a population. So we are not considering in the genome, we consider the single organism. In gene pool, we are considering the population. So that population should be sexually reproducing population. They should reproduce sexually. So that population is considered. The sexually reproducing population will be taken here. Suppose this is a one person. So there are the people who are actually reproducing sexually. So each person will be containing their own genetic material. Now all the population may not be same. You can find the differences even in the population, right? So if you consider this, whatever the genetic material which is present in the each person body, you are pooling it up at a one case. So all these are the genetically reproducing population. You are considering the complete information of their genes. Means gene pool is nothing but the total of all genes present in a sexually reproducing population. Okay, so we are just considering whatever the organism is there, we are considering the whole genes of that organism. So this is organism 1, this is 2, this is third person, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I just consider the 10. You consider 100 thousands of population is there. The total of all the genes present in the sexually reproducing population during a given generation or a period. So we are considering in the population who is having the character of sexual reproduction in a given period or the given generation, we call it as a gene pool. Or you can also consider the stock of different genes in an interbreeding population. Suppose all the green person, suppose in the first person, this whole thing is a whole total genes present in the first organism, and the second person, this is a total genetic information present in second person. So same way, if you are just considering for all the persons, you're representing their complete genetic information and you're pooling up at the one part. So that is said to be a genetic pool. So this genetic pool will not contain the same type of genetic information, same type of organism, because it is going to be differ. So if you are making up at the one place, that is said to be a gene pool. Got it? So the next definition is about the gametes. So here we considered here what is meant by gamete. Except the gametes, all the cells will contain the 23 pair of chromosomes. Let us discuss what is meant by gamete. And we all know that gametes are helpful for the fertilization process. We have the male gamete and the female gamete. So what is the definition for it? A mature reproductive cell is said to be gamete. A mature reproductive cell. The reproductive cell helps in a reproduction. The reproductive cell is nothing but the sex cell. Now, these are actually specialized cells in our body. These specialized cells, they are specialized for sexual fusion. So usually during the process of fertilization, the gametes fusion is taking place. The fusion of male gamete with the female gamete, we call it as a fertilization, right? So which gametes are fusing here? Male and the female gametes are fusing. And as we considered, we need to have a one more idea about the set of chromosomes. So initially we considered all the body cells will contain 23 pairs, whereas the gametes will contain only 23 number of chromosomes. What is the difference here? We have the two types of gametes. One is a male gamete, other one is a female gamete, right? So what is a male gamete here? Male gamete is the sperm cell. So let us say this is the sperm cell. And whereas a female gamete is the egg cell. So this sperm and egg cell will be fused during the fertilization process, and they are forming the zygote. The zygote is undergoing the cell division. Slowly embryo, uh, after repeated steps, the cell division continues, tissues, organs, everything is formed, then the baby will be delivered. And what is the number of chromosomes present here? So the number of chromosomes present in these gametes is 23. Means in their nucleus, 22 number of chromosomes. Remember, we are not saying it as 22 pairs. 22 number of chromosomes with X and X chromosomes are present. And here the male gamete will contain 22 number of chromosomes with X, or some of the sperm cells will contain 22 number of chromosomes with Y. Even the egg is also same. So we are just representing only the one, 22 chromosomes with the X as a one egg, 22 chromosomes with the another X. So total, if you consider this gametes, the gametes will contain just the one set of chromosome. One set is nothing but 23 number of chromosomes. So this set will be representing with the letter N. So the egg is containing 22 plus X. So total 23 chromosomes. So this egg will also contain 22 plus X, total 23 chromosomes. This sperm cell will contain 22 plus X chromosomes, total 23. 22 plus Y chromosome, total 23. So if you see here, all are containing just the 23 number of chromosomes only. So this condition is called as haploid condition. We represent with the 1N, right? So let us say during the fertilization process, whenever the fertilization occurs, what is meant by fertilization? The fusion of male gamete with the female gamete, we call it as a fertilization. So suppose let us say the female gamete will contain 22 plus X, one set of chromosome present in the egg cell, that is fused with the 22 plus X which is present in the sperm cell. Whenever these two are fused, what does it form? It will form a cell that is called as a zygote. So what does the zygote will get? The zygote will get the 22 plus X chromosome from the egg cell, is it? So this contains 22 plus X from the female. And when you consider the male, what does it get? It will get the 22 plus Y from the male, 22 plus X from the female. So it is containing the two sets, which means the zygote is containing the two sets of chromosomes. We call this condition as the diploid condition. So the one set which is coming from the mother is called as a maternal set of chromosome. And the one set which is coming from the father, we call it as a paternal set of chromosome. So these two sets are present in the zygote, and based on the gene character, gene appearance, there are a lot of factors to resemble like a mother or the father. Now, whenever these two are fusing, they are just forming the zygote. So this formation is common in the case of humans as well as the animals, right? I think you understood the difference between the gamete, a male gamete, female gamete, haploid condition, diploid condition, right? So the haploid condition can be seen, which means only the one set of chromosomes are present, which are seen only in the gametes. And coming to diploid, can be seen in all the organisms except the gametes, right? So this topic is actually going for the fertilization process. So we are going to discuss some more briefing about it. We have some other pairs of chromosomes, homologous, non-homologous, different pairs of chromosomes are there. So genome, gene pool and gametes will be completed in this video.